Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your new moon in Aquarius reading. The new moon is occurring on the 9th of February, and it is impacting us in a particularly powerful way because of Pluto's recent transition into Aquarius. So this is highlighting social, generational changes and the very nature of power, the power that we experience within ourselves and that we experience in the world. I'm doing personal readings, and you'll find information for that in the description box below. I am also giving a free reading every month on or about the 1st of the month to someone who I select from the comments and the donations. So I thank all of you who have participated in this. I'm enjoying this immensely. But moreover, I want to thank all of you who lend your presence to me during these readings, because that is the essential key to my ability to do this. And I thank you for that in advance. So let's get started, Sagittarius, with your overall energy. I have pulled the 5 of Swords. This is about changes that you're making in the way that you respond to the efforts to sabotage you from others. You're recognizing all the small ways that are incremental and that you may be receiving and defending yourself from, even unconsciously, from those who perhaps criticize your efforts, demean your efforts, don't take you seriously, and do not see you or do not communicate to you the value of your ideas or who you are. And this is your understanding more and more in your effort to change the energy you expend towards this defense, this constant vigilance and alertness that you recognize in yourself that is draining your energy and causing you to put attention in a direction that you feel takes you away from the things that are important right now, is the sense of self-doubt and personal inadequacy that perhaps makes it difficult for you to limit the encroachment of this kind of energy towards you. So believing that your ideas are not worthy of support is an example of a way in which you may allow others to fill your head with a variety of reasons why something isn't as good as it could be, or that an idea is not worthy, or that you really can't expect the kind of value that you believe could be associated with a project or an effort. And you're buying into that, even giving space to that is something you are changing. But it is a lot of work, because this is something that is about a personal wound that you may have experienced since childhood. The sense that your job is to assist others rather than to pursue your own success or happiness, that you're not deserving or important, significant enough, noticeable enough to be deserving of the things that you desire. You are standing up to this, and you're being very careful in your life as you observe the daily habits, the daily drain that contributes to a sense of defensiveness. This can be towards family members or colleagues that perhaps tend to undermine your worth, and ways in which you are eliminating and setting up firmer boundaries to this imposition on your time and energy. In the present, we have the Sun card. In the past, we have the 9 of Pentacles, and in the future, we have the Queen of Swords. This is really such a beautiful response to this overall effort that you're making in what is for you seemingly imperceptible small details of your routine, mundane life, but that are actually having a major impact on the way that you now recognize you have been blocking your blessings, as well as the way others, the fear that is emerges from others as you move towards the things that you think are important, claiming your value. And there is a reason that many others, particularly those that you believe would, should, or are, that you even recognize, love you, care for you, but that they are, fear emerges in them as they see you moving in a direction that they perceive takes you away from them, or that they can't follow. And this as well can have something to do with your guilt over your leaving certain people behind, leaving certain ideas behind. And that guilt can often hold you to relationships and situations that you're aware that you've long moved away from, but you're having difficulty actually taking the steps and really closing the door. Aware that you're not closing the door on individuals, they can enter that door as well, but really recognizing that these kind of relationships are in your past. In the present moment, you are completely focused on your happiness and a recognition again of what has limited that in the past, what is limiting it in the present moment. And this really does feel like family relationships that are perhaps have been totally pleasant, fun, loving, joyful in the past, but you recognize as you've grown that they no longer function that way. And in fact, are seeing your independence as something that is threatening to them. And in the past, you have established your complete independence. This is often pictured as financial and economic independence because you've had to rely on yourself in some very most critical ways. This has been a lonely struggle or a lonely path to your own solvency, security, abundance, stability. And this is an acknowledgement that as the result of this, you understand that this requires the state of independence that you so value, requires your investment, constant investment in your joy, in the things that make you happy, in the things that actually authentically express who you are and what your capabilities are. And this is what is taking you further and further away from these kinds of relationships that can only see you in a way that coheres to their sense of the universe, the world, the possibilities that exist. You are actually taking this knowledge that you're gaining based on your the strengthening of your passions, your self-knowledge, the joy in being who you are, the lack of apology you're now experiencing as a result of that, knowing that you are on a path that's destined. That's empowering your ability to be rational, logical, to be dispassionate regarding the kinds of relationships that have often guided or even blocked you in the past, that haven't acknowledged your achievements or accomplishments. And so you are understanding that part of your way of moving out of this relationship is your ability to have to exhibit curiosity in the experiences of others, particularly those that have struggled to understand who you are and where you've come from, so that you are now open to conversation and discussion about what your experiences are, as self-evident as they may be, but also hearing out what those experiences of others, particularly those who are critical of you, have been. You're no longer making assumptions about who those people could be, what those situations are about, as you've learned that your own assumptions have been turned over by your pursuit of your happiness, your awareness now that you are deserving of happiness. There's no reason why you should be blocking your desires, that you're deserving of this, and worthy of what you pursue, and it is available to you in whatever way that you can manage it, work towards it, pursue it, and persevere. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card, Sagittarius, and hope that this reading is resonating for you, that you will like this video, you will share it with others, you will comment below, and importantly, you will subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot, and I pulled Acceptance. I'm learning to accept things that I cannot change. So I love this, and I'm also going to pull a Soul's Journey card. Oh, goodness. And it did fall down, but it is the pangolin, this unusual looking creature, and the beautiful flowers, some of my favorites, the chrysanthemum, are associated with the pangolin. And the key word is boundaries. Don't hide from your emotions. Dig deep and discover your true inner self. Protect yourself with healthy boundaries. This feels very much on point with the energy that you are very consciously attending to regarding healthy boundaries that can impact you on a consistent everyday basis, and refusing to allow this to leach your joy, your energy, your passion moving forward. In the present, the Sun card is clarified by the Nine of Wands and the King of Cups. It's so interesting because these two nines are really painting a picture of real passionate pursuit of your goals. You have been damaged. This is not your first rodeo. You have been working at your vision for a very long time. For some of you, it has been an entire lifetime, depending on where you are in your life. You have sustained a lot of damage. You have perhaps experienced a lot of disappointments, but you are determined. You are not giving up. As you have tasted some of the success of pursuing that, investing in yourself, no matter how alone you may have felt in making the necessary choices you needed to make, and in continually investing in yourself. The King of Cups is really about your emotional maturity, and this really is lending to your ability to be dispassionate as appropriate. This is your ability to actually recognize that you are not alone in having experienced struggles, heartaches, hardships, but the grace that you've gained in overcoming them and helping to grow your compassion, if that is possible, so that you recognize when others need support. You recognize that your guidance is what is of ultimate value, that you don't need to give others things to be supportive, but you do need to hear them out, and perhaps they need to hear your story of success against tremendous odds, all odds in some cases. This is really tied up with acceptance, and you're recognizing that you, in fact, are on your path of destiny. You're on your mission of service, and that this is a part of the acceptance of who you are that is fueling this ability to stay true to who you are, to keep moving in the direction despite the disappointments, the failures you've experienced, that they are in many ways only confirming that you are on the path of greatest growth, greatest expansion. In the past, the Nine of Pentacles is being clarified by the Eight of Cups and the Hermit card. Wow, you've really had to leave a lot of relationships behind. You've really had to look at the way that you yourself were giving in relationships, how you were communicating your goals, and how your relationships were supporting your goals, your authority, your autonomy. Understanding that your autonomy could potentially enhance any relationship. And so those relationships that did not present with clear boundaries, that did not recognize your need to be discreet and individual, to pursue answers within, were not for you. And that actually paved the way to this embrace of a solitary path towards independence, stability, without relying on the many loving relationships you had, but also the experience that those loving relationships did not have space for your success, for assisting you, for honoring your goals. And as a result, they needed to be released. And this is so that you can pursue the most significant challenges in your life, the things that are making you whole. This was a sacrifice you were willing to make, or was in many cases made for you. Those relationships that failed were the ones that have taught you the most about how you learn, how you grow. And because of your ability to bring light to others, there have been a lot of perhaps lost friendships. Certainly, you may know a lot of people. You may be popular or have been popular, but you've sacrificed that for a deeper empowerment of your own ability to proceed and move forward towards independence that is respected by you, that is honored by you, if not by others. This is part of the story that you are being asked to tell to others. This is the guidance that you are giving. The Queen of Swords in the future is clarified by the Queen of Swords, a repeat, and the Six of Wands. So victory indeed is yours. These victories are small victories, relatively small victories for you. And these victories really do center around your being able to balance out your relationships, not just with individuals, not just with groups of people, teams, finding your place, finding a place of belonging, but with your goals, with your ultimate goal, with your happiness. You are in a place of balance around exchanges of energy, all energies, so that you understand that there has to be a clear agreement, if it's only with yourself, about what you give and what you can expect in return. That there is equity to those relationships. It can't be a one-way street. It can't be a place where you assume the role of caretaker and receive very little reciprocal energy in return. But instead, working from a place of your strength, being dispassionate about the way you structure your energy and your relationships, not based on how you feel about people, but what you know to be necessary energies that will build the kinds of relationships towards the goals that are important to you. There's something here about your ability to document, record, articulate, present ideas, facilitate groups of people, facilitate new information, allow yourself and others to look at information in a new way, to interact in a way that teases out a variety of ideas, maybe contributes to some conversation, dialogue, or discourse about something that is important to you, ways that you're moving forward, efforts that you are achieving, an understanding, a shifting understanding of what creates happiness, what is enlightenment, how joy and playfulness are factored into the experiences that you're having and that you can share with others. And this goes very much in alignment with the shifting planets, the shifting nature of power that we're experiencing in the world. So this, as you've experienced a greater self-empowerment, you are helping others and participating in opportunities to share that sense of empowerment for others that opens up new ideas without the sense of fear or threat that often accompanies change for others, without the fear of the effort that will be required. I'm going to finish up this reading, Sagittarius, with a hummingbird oracle. And I have pulled Sparkling Jewels. You've tapped into the universe's infinite flow of abundance. Accept your treasures with open wings and a grateful heart. Thank you, Sagittarius, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, Namaste.